oldest says, "So that's why you guys say all those crazy things." Because,
Yes.
we're quoting Airplane all the time without even thinking about it. And yeah, and we're quoting Monty Python all the time too. So,
Yes. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
there in the fencing world, Monty Python got a fair amount of traction.
Oh,
So,
okay.
oh yeah, particularly the what was it? The Holy Grail.
Oh, indeed,
Yeah,
indeed.
yeah, lots and lots of people reciting from that
Your
over the
arms
course of
off.
time. Yes.
It's just a scratch.
Yes, for fencers that one is particularly amusing.
Absolutely.
So,
I think my brother suddenly started wondering if this was such a good idea to bring his 12-year-old brother to the movie theater to see this around the time that the massive dismemberment of the Black Knight was happening. I'm howling. I thought it was hilarious. But yeah, my brother wasn't so sure.
yeah, I don't think I saw any Monty Python until I was in college.
Mm.
Um, and the first one I saw was The Life of Brian,
Ah, very
and I
nice.
saw it in Germany in
Wow.
German with English subtitles.
Okay.
So my German wasn't good enough to follow along with everything,
Right.
but I was able to. And of course, then the song at the end was in English with German subtitles,
Even better.
even better. But it was
Wow.
hilarious because all the little falsetto voices, they still had them, but instead of it being in English, it's in German. You know,
Right.
and so you have the different actors playing
That's funny.
Brian's mother or whatever else with the falsetto
Right.
voice or
Yeah.
whatnot kind of stuff,
Exactly.
except
That's funny.
she's rattling off something in German. So it was very amusing.
I think one time I watched it on the university campus in an auditorium that had such bad acoustics that literally you just basically couldn't hear it. But fortunately, I'd read the script so many times. It kind of didn't matter
Right.
because I knew what they were saying anyway. So I probably could watch it in Germany too, and it would be okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was my first introduction to
All right.
Monty Python. I did see the Flying Circus. They had
Yeah.
episodes of that on the local PBS channel late on Saturday night. And
Okay.
so when I was in college, I worked at Disneyland, and I
Mm.
usually had a closing shift. I worked in a couple of different restaurants there. So I'd get home at, midnight, 12:30, 1 o'clock, whatever. And, you're not ready to go to bed yet when you're 20 years old.
No,
You're going to
no,
eat
no.
something and decompress a little bit. And so I'd turn on PBS and watch various and sundry ridiculous British comedy shows from the
That's
70s and 80s.
from the golden days. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Very
Yeah,
good.
well, there was one that a number of us watched, which was it was called Up the Republic. It was a comedy set in Rome. And
Really?
yes, yes, and I can't remember the name of the comedian who did it, but he also had a comedy show called Not the Benny Hill Show.
And it wasn't Benny
It
Hill?
was not the Benny Hill Show. It was,
Oh, that's
yeah,
funny.
I think his name was Frankie Howard was the name of the comic, and
Interesting.
so, we'll still to this day, rattle off some of the silly phrases from that show. My buddies and I who had watched it back in the day, but I don't think anybody else, unless you were growing up in Great Britain back then, would have even seen this
Probably
thing because
absolutely
it was
not.
such an
No.
obscure you know, little thing that was there. I'm sure the PBS station got it for 50 cents an hour to broadcast, which
Exactly.
is why they ran it.
Exactly.
So,
Makes sense to
yeah.
me.
Well, speaking of
Makes
which, we've
sense to
got a
me.
couple of people watching us, and
Hey,
they're paying less than
they,
50 cents.
oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And getting their money's worth,
They
let's be
are.
sure.
They are
Yeah.
getting more than 50 cents worth out of entertainment. In fact, here is William Arends from Kitchener, Ontario. He says German comedy tends to be broader and more slapstick than British comedy. Okay.
Well, the British are very fond of their words, so I can easily
Yes.
imagine that that would be perhaps a good way of distinguishing between those two sorts, because the
Yes.
British, when Monty Python would do the philosophers playing a
Oh
football
yeah.
match against each other, and it's just like that's what these guys went to Oxford and Cambridge
Yeah.
for, is so
Yeah.
they could learn how to write erudite comedy sketches.
Right.
I
Right.
don't know.
Yeah.
All right, well, here we are. It seems to be the beginning of the 340 turn.
That is
Seems to
correct.
be.
It
All
is
right.
correct.
And
So
so I would suppose that what we probably should do is chuck some dice.
I believe so. And
Of
as a matter
course,
of, and I think you
yeah,
have a +2.
+2, because I think the whole army lapse thing obviously goes away at the end of the turn. So we're back
Correct.
to just straight up +2 for the good guys. And here we go.
Oh, it
Boom,
is
chakalaka laka.
definitely one of yours.
It is one of ours, and it is a wing if we want it.
Hmm.
And so perhaps we should contemplate whether a wing is appropriate. Um, How's Zeton positioned for a wing? Is he able to reach everybody he needs to reach? Is he? Yeah, it looks like he's well positioned, and
He's in command.
right.
Got everybody's in command. He's. I don't know if he's in any shape to do anything though.
Well, or I mean, obviously, some of what he might be doing is just getting organized and getting a better defensive position so he can rally the rest of the guys. I mean, that's up to you to decide. The real question is, would it add value to go first
Um,
and,
let's
and
see.
get the jump on his cavalry?
Um,
Well,
possibly.
otherwise, what evil thing do you have planned, Michael?
Oh, it's probably just time to mess you up. I mean,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
want to you want to just put a
Yeah.
put a fine point on it like that.
There you go. There you go. Well, that is what you're supposed to do.
That is the
You are
objective.
supposed to inconvenience a great many pieces of electronic cardboard here today.
That is the story faux show.
Oh well. Let's see. I'll go for it.
You're going for it. All right, that's the man. All
All
right.
right. So he's in
Oh.
command of the king.
Yep,
So
I see that. Yep, it's a
no
little.
rolls needed.
That's right. So the wing is automatic, and then it looks like you've got a couple of guys who are out of command. Not that it's going to matter a lot because, well, I mean, anyway, that guy's out of command for sure.
And the routed ones out
The
of
routed guys, fortunately, don't matter. I think everybody
Right.
else should be safely in command.
Does the one out of command get to roll for disorder?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
He activates. It's just that regardless of whether he becomes undisordered, he's still limited to half movement.
Right.
Obviously, you still want to become undisordered, but it won't help
Right.
any this turn.
Well, and
Okay.
also he wouldn't be able to initiate close combat, correct?
That's true. Although
Yeah.
he's
He
shaking
wouldn't anyway. Yeah, but
until the rally phase, so
Yeah.
he's not going to do anything anyway. But
Yeah. But all right. So we'll do our disorder checks first. So I'll actually start with him, I guess.
why not?
Why not? 52.
Almost certainly okay, since if he's not a 47, then we could just pack up and go back to Brandenburg right now.
Oh,
I'm fairly confident that he
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
he's less than half that. So
Exactly.
Yeah, you have some very motivated
Oh yeah.
cavalrymen.
Yeah,
I have ones that, they were just plucked off of the farm recently, I guess.
Here, this is the end of the sword you hold.
Yep.
all right. So this guy here, let's see if we can 35 and
Well, is he better than a 30?
oh yes, I'm almost positive. Oh,
yeah. There we go. All right. That's 2.
Let's see, shake it, da, da, da. All right, so this one right here.
Okay, that's going to be plus 15, I think.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
a good
well,
enough
yeah.
roll. That should be fine.
Yeah, that's what's the story with this guy?
He
Is that a special result or something?
he had he'd done pursuit or something like that. That got
Oh,
him
that's
up there.
what it was, and
Yeah.
he failed his pursuit recall check. That's what it was. Yeah. In a slightly awkward position now.
You know,
right.
it's how the universe works.
Absolutely. You got to break a few eggs.
This guy here. And that should be enough for him.
29, yeah, because he's
Yeah.
absolutely.
21.
Usually the A section is either as good or slightly better than the B and C sections.
And
You gonna use this one?
Yeah, that one will be a little more.
Yeah.
44.
Oh, that should be enough.
If he's a 29 or better. Yep. Well, things could be getting entertaining here quickly.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, and let's see over on the other side here. Do we got?
I think you got anybody who's disordered. You just have the one guy
Yeah.
who's shaken.
Right.
Yep. All right. So
He's
that's
shaken because he realizes that when the king finds out how badly the Grenzers have worked him over.
all right. Now let's see. Fire is next, right?
Fire is
correct.
next.
And I'm going to activate this artillery and this artillery.
How exciting.
Where'd the other one go?
They both lumped on top of each other, so he's got a sense here.
Thank you. I was just like, wait a minute. I want Varus, I want my 12-pounders back. Give me my 12-pounders back.
Okay. So they will make a shot on that there, right?
Sure, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And
Yeah, that's what it looks like. So the 12-pounders are times 5, so that'll be 10 points. And what's the other one? A 6-pounder?
Yeah.
And that's times 3. So you'll have 16 to 10. So that's 1.5 to 1.
1.5 to 1.
With a plus.
No,
Any pluses?
no plus for
there's not much
size
left
because
in
it's.
the.
Oh no! Wait a minute. He is an 8 still, so
Yeah.
actually it is going to be plus 10.
All right.
Yeah.
1.5 to 1 plus 10. All right. Ooh,
67.
Yeah,
That's good enough for a single hit.
Definitely going to do something. Yeah.
All right. Bing. Well, you're not going to get the plus 10 next time.
Oh darn!
Just saying.
It truly is a shame.
Yep.
And this 12-pounder will shoot at the.
The poor benighted Grenzer.
It's in there at range of 2.
Yeah.
So what's your shot there? Times 10. So you're going to have 20. 20 to. I'm behind the Swedish field works, so that's going to have you.
What?
Right? He's shooting across the Swedish field works.
Oh, he's firing the artillery at you.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
So
Yes.
you'll have 10 to 10 with a minus, what is it, a minus 10 for skirmisher, right? Am I reading that correctly?
Yeah. Oh yeah, 2 hex range. Holy smokes.
Yeah, so it's a
Yeah.
1-to-1
Yeah.
with a
So it's
minus
going to be
10.
1 to 1 minus 10. So you need 80 or better.
80 or better. So we'll do 90. Nope,
Nope,
that's not
not
gonna
Do
do
today.
it.
half a 90.
And I'll also take a shot with my infantry.
Why not?
So what do we got? We got 3, and those are musketeers.
So the musketeers are
What
times
is
4,
that?
so you'll have 12 for them, and the other guys will have...
9 for the 9 for the other guys.
Well, are they...
They're fusiliers.
Oh, the fusiliers. Oh, so yeah, so 9
Three
and 12. So you
times
have
3,
21.
9, right?
So you have a
21.
2-to-1 with a minus 10.
No, that's not bad odds. Roll
Better
a
than a
90
poke in the
now.
eye.
Uh,
64
It's not-
becomes a
not a 90.
54. That's enough for 1 hit from the looks of it.
Is it really? Oh wow. Okay.
If I'm reading that correctly, it's the
2-to-1
leftmost
chart,
column, right? That's the leftmost column, right? Where we're looking for the results.
Yes, certainly yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2-to-1 and 54. Oh yeah, 54. There you go.
Okay.
And a morale check.
Oh, okay. Well, here we go. 49. Do we pass
Plus
on
10.
that? No, we're going to fail if it's that.
Plus 10,
If
right?
there's a plus 10, we are going to then...
Yeah.
Are we shaken or are we disordered or...
You are shaken. You can't be disordered because you're
Oh, that's right.
skirmishers.
Okay, here we go. Well, that spoils my attack I was planning with them. We're going to fit the shortest little bayonets on our tiny little carbines and come running at you.
That's what you need to do for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right then.
All right, so there's 1 left there, and okay, so that's...
Yeah, well, no surprise he's shaken. The whole Prussian army's about to run over him.
All right, now I got to figure out what my movement's going to be.
Did you do any firing along here?
No, I didn't. Was it even worth it?
It might not be. I don't know.
I think the only guy you could really shoot at, these two have a line of sight on him. You've got the village here blocks the line of sight, and so this would only be half, and your chances of hitting that are going to be slim.
6, 7, 8, 9,
1, 2,
10, 11, 12, 13. It's going to be 1-to-1 minus 10. I mean, it's an 80.
Yeah, that's worth it. So I'll do that. But that's
All
not
right.
going to do it.
It's just gunpowder. It's electronic gunpowder at that.
Electronic gunpowder.
Well, and to my point, do you see any smoke on the field? I rest my case.
There you go.
All right. Movement then.
They're extra excited electrons in that part of the world.
Oh, yes.
All right, which of those 2 commands do you want to start doing the movement for first?
I think he's desperately contemplating and trying to buy time. He's basically like a U.S. senator answering an interview question by saying, that's an excellent question, John, and I'm glad you asked it, as I'm furiously thinking of a way to say a lot of words without actually answering the question.
People are asking that question.
Yes. in
So
fact,
many of my constituents are asking that very critical question.
now I don't recall which member of FDR's cabinet this was, but there was a member of FDR's cabinet. As you can imagine, FDR's third term during the Second World War was kind of hectic.
Mm-hmm.
And what he was saying is that if you were in a cabinet meeting and the president, some topic came up and the president directed you to do something and you thought it was really dumb. I mean, if you really thought it was dumb, I mean, obviously, if you didn't care that much, you just do it, right? But if
Right.
you just thought this is really the wrong idea, you just didn't do anything until he brought it up again. Because the truth is, there was a very low chance he was going to bring something up again. So many things were coming up, over and over and over. The man was a busy man, right? And if he did bring it up, then you'd go, yes, Mr. President, I have a team on my staff working on that right now, and I'll get back to you.
There you
And
go.
and and then you'd start working on it because now you realize he was serious.
So I suspect that my son must have read that same history article because he uses very similar language when it's,
Right.
you need to bring the trash cans in and you need to
Yes.
wash the dishes in the sink. And
I have my best people working on that, Dad.
yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
much what I get at filibuster.
Very best people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. Question.
Yeah.
Can I charge this cavalry from this hex there?
You'd be
would
looking
say
right
yes.
down the hex
Yeah.
spine, so I'm not sure
Yeah.
what the rule is, but if you
Well,
can
no,
see
but I
half
mean,
of me, you could see me, right?
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
you could shoot at me, right? Even if it would be limited, but you'd still be able to shoot at me.
Yeah.
So yes,
Right.
I would say that is
That's
a,
what I thought.
a legitimate line of sight. I'm sure, of course, that was a hypothetical based upon another real circumstance that you didn't want to highlight.
All right.
It's I can't do anything about it anyway, can I?
You
So
don't really know, but I mean,
Yeah.
you want to have the maximum shock value right
Yeah.
there.
All right. So what are my moves gonna be? All right, we'll do that there.
what are you chuckling about there, Michael?
I don't know. I got friends with an odd sense of humor who send me stuff, and then of course, because it makes me laugh, I then have to send it to the family group chat. And I don't know if I'll get Dad of the Year sending this kind of stuff around for my kids to look at, but whatever. It's funny. This guy posts, I found my ex-girlfriend's body in the morgue I work at. It was very awkward. And then other people reply, still giving you the silent treatment?
Oh,
The cold shoulder?
the cold
Did she ghost you? I mean, that's sadly my sense of humor right there.
Yep. I can see that.
I'm buying time for David. That's all this is.
Yeah, I know. Can a shaken unit move into the zone of control of another shaken
Ooh,
unit?
that's another. I don't think it matters if the other unit's shaken, but that's a good question. I will take a look. It's a perfectly reasonable thing that they might not be able to do that. Morale states shaken effect. Can't initiate close combat. I do not see anything that says he could not move into zone of control. Just couldn't initiate close combat once having done so.
Right, and Do cavalry pay the 1 extra movement point for that, or is it only infantry that pays the extra movement point for moving into an
Well,
Ezok?
that's a fair question. To my knowledge, usually cavalry doesn't, because usually they enter a zone of control when they're charging. But I will double check and confirm that it is the same regardless. And again, knucklehead that I am, I managed to sit down in the chair without turning on any lights. Movement procedure. It's not good enough that my eyes are pushing 59 years old now.
6.
Interesting. Where is it? No. There we go. Infantry and cavalry expend 1 additional movement point to enter an Ezok, even when they move from an Ezok to an Ezok. This cost also applies to any facing or formation change performed by a unit when all or part of it is in an Ezok. Boy, I don't know if I've ever paid any attention to that.
Well, I'm glad we brought that up.
Yeah, I mean, that's interesting because usually you try not to do that, right? You try to do the formation or facing change as far away as possible,
Right.
so you get as few defensive fire shots. But it is worth remembering. That's interesting. No additional cost to exit an Ezok, and friendly units do not negate Ezok effects. Oh, and then there's an exception saying that actions requiring all of a unit's printed movement points can be undertaken in an Ezok, provided the unit performs no other actions. That makes sense. Interestingly, of course, since artillery usually wouldn't move into an enemy zone of control unless it was unlimbered, which the rule does specify that, must be unlimbered, but there is no additional cost because, of course, you're moving by prolonged, not
Right.
by regular movement, so movement points don't matter. Skirmishers, of course, in addition to playing the 1 additional movement point, also have to effectively. It's funny, they actually specify it's not a disorder or a morale check. You just have
Right.
to roll and be better than your effectiveness rating. Otherwise, you don't move in. But there is no, you don't become shaken or anything like that. You
Right.
just don't move. Interesting.
All right.
By the way, Winter's Victory showed up at my house while I was gone this last week. So that's New England Simulations ILAB.
Yes.
And I've not even had the chance to break the shrink because literally turned around and flew out as soon as I got home. But anyway, looking forward to putting that out.
Yeah, that should be an interesting one. I certainly
right.
know that it looks pretty enough.
Oh boy, it sure does.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if this is the greatest move, but we will do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, he got one. We definitely got at least a shot at you.
Oh,
maybe
as he
2.
moved from 1 to.
Uh huh.
Oh, okay. So
Oh,
let's
when he
take
moved.
care of those
So when he
before
was there and he turned. Okay.
Exactly.
Yep.
When he turned and then moved out, that's 2 shots.
So my Grenzers are just *2, so I would have 6 to 10. So that's a 1 to 2 shot. And
Well,
And
no, it wouldn't be.
why wouldn't it be?
Because when he turns, you get the benefit of choosing whichever aspect you want to shoot at. So you'd wait until he's presenting his flank to you. And then when he leaves, he's still got his flank turned to you. So actually,
Oh.
both of them would be 1 column to the right of 1 to 2. So
Oh,
1
okay.
to 1.5.
Where is that little note? Is that somewhere
I'm
here
sorry,
on the fire
which?
chart? The one about
Oh,
the flank
the,
shooting into the flank.
well, so the rules, the standard rules included on the fire chart.
Oh, but this is one of the ones we talked about.
This is
That
one
was
of the
different.
optional rules
Okay.
because the concern is that very often you'd get one added to your fire multiplier, and that wouldn't be enough to actually change the odds at all, which just seemed wrong.
Right.
And so the idea here was, you know what, you automatically get a column done.
Cool. All right.
You
So
still
let
want to
me
make
go
the
ahead and
move out
take.
there,
Yeah, and he's
David?
got 10 increments there. So that would give me a plus something.
Yeah, plus 10, I think.
Yes, plus 10. Okay, so
Yeah.
here's the first roll. 94 plus
Jeez.
10, that's going to be a hit and a morale check. Oh, actually, no, that's 2 hits and a morale check with a
104.
plus 10, right?
Yep.
Are we at
Yep.
1
1 to
to
one and a
1.5?
half. Yeah, 1 to 1.5. That's
Yeah.
right. Oh, yeah, it's over 100, so it's 2 hits.
Yeah,
Oi.
two hits and a morale check with a
And a
plus
morale
10.
check, too.
Well,
Oh, and a disorder check, because this is op fire. So
Oh,
actually,
I'm even looking at the wrong
it's
column.
2
Yeah,
increments,
okay.
a disorder check, then a morale check. And by the way, let me be clear, if you get hit with the disorder, you stop moving.
all right. So disorder.
Oof.
It's a special result, so we got to figure out what the story is with it. And
It's a good thing they have enough charts here for us to keep busy with all of this.
That's right. I don't know what.
So this is opportunity fire results?
That's
No.
right.
Okay, so 0-1 for the Prussians is if an SP loss accompanies the disorder check, reroll with a plus 20 ER modifier. So I guess.
Oh yeah. Okay, so a plus 20 on your disorder check now. Roll again. Okay, never mind. I take it back. Now the morale check. And the morale check's at a plus 10.
So that's so if he's better than a 29, 23, right. So he's okay.
All right, but now he moves out of the hex.
Well, I might want to reconsider whether I'm going to move out of the hex with that.
Okay, but to be fair, you still got your flank over there. But I mean, if that's okay with you, it's okay with me. Just trying to figure out what your objective is.
Right, because if you turn,
it's already been it's already been shot to hell. So he's stopping moving right there.
Okay, all right.
Do you want to clean up your? You've got 2 single increment hit markers on him.
Oh yeah.
There we go. Yeah, my Grinzers, obviously, they hadn't shot at anything yet this turn, or this game. So
that unit
they still had their ammunition.
Here's what I should have done first. This guy is going to move there.
Oh yeah, that should have been what you did first. Yeah.
All right. So then, do I get a shot at that guy as he moves into that hex?
Do, but I mean it's half, so it's only 2 strength points can fire times 2, and you're firing into village, which is, I don't know, is the fire defense 10 on it?
Well, he's not firing into the village. Isn't he in the clear here?
Oh no, he's not.
Oh, it's the hex that he's
you're
in.
Leaving the hex.
Right.
Yeah. So the village is 10. So.
Okay, so you've got 4 to 10 is 1 to 3. So unless something amazing happens,
we have to roll a special result, right?
You'd need a special result.
And we rolled
you did not get.
an 80. It's got a 0 in it. Doesn't that count?
No. No, in fact, that would be return fire because the last digit was 0, but that doesn't apply on op fire.
Right.
So. All right. And this guy here is moving into there. There's no, but this guy will get a shot here.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. And I think I've only got 1 increment there.
Yeah.
Is that right? Oh,
So
in
it's
that case,
another 1 to 3, right?
it's so 1 to 3 that it's just kind of
Yeah.
questionable what we're
No,
even doing. Yeah.
we're we're moving more electrons.
Good. Good.
Yeah, yeah.
And this one's moving there, so you get a shot there.
Okay. Oh, that's a special
Well,
something.
at least you got a special out of that.
Let's see. Infantry fire 09.
Infantry fire
Ammo
09.
exhausted. Fire has no effect, and fire is
No.
disordered.
Oh, but you can't be disordered, so never
Yeah,
mind.
yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, that might be
I
one
don't.
reason why you wouldn't want to fire, I guess.
I guess, but I mean, it's
But the chances
such
of
a
that
small
happening are
chance.
rather
Yeah.
slim.
Yeah, I will say that if I'm a skirmisher and I'm out of ammunition, I think I have just left the field.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause I, I was a speed bump before, but that's as long as I could still shoot at you.
Hey, that's all right. I got more Grenzers coming. They're just marching all the way from the other side of the field. So
Excellent. We're
they
hoping
will
they'll be
they will get
tired.
here by about 10 o'clock in the evening.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yep. Yep.
All right. Now, when you unlimber artillery, they can face any.
That's right.
All right. So this one here can move in and unlimber there and join his compatriots.
Absolutely, yes.
Greetings, Ray. Is it Musselman? I guess so. We'll go with that.
All right.
We've got some people. We got 4 people watching.
Holy moly.
I know. I know.
They're going to get you that silver YouTuber award here anytime.
I think mine might be aluminum foil. Yeah. Silver, I don't know. That's a little bit much.
It's good.
Yep.
Can do target practice against the aluminum foil.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right.
Disordered. Can they reaction charge or not?
No.
Oh, no.
Disordered and shaken cannot reaction charge.
Okay.
That's why I was personally hoping I would get the initiative, but
Yeah, and that's why I kind of kept suggesting that maybe he would be better off if he did it. Nothing I was going to do mattered whether I went first or not.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
maybe
and
his stuff mattered.
it kind of reminds me of that Albuera game that we played, where remember you would.
Was he? Yeah.
Right. I heard some clipping on yours, Eric, too.
Okay. Well, the broadcasting software that I use has been dropping, so I don't know if I just have a less than optimal internet connection going on tonight, but we got something going on with the internet where it's running really slow. Error here with
All right.
pop, and it's buffering on YouTube.
Oh, really?
YouTube's not receiving enough video in smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. So I have no idea what's going on. I don't know why. Usually my son
It's
is here
funny.
playing computer
Oh,
games
there
or
we
whatever
go.
else, but he's not here today. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
Oh, you know what? I even saw, I just joined the YouTube, and I see the error down in the bottom right of your screen.
Yeah.
Just disappeared. So yeah, there's trouble, Houston.
Yeah, well, I can't really.
You're
going
to have to move to a data center, Eric.
Well, they put in fiber optic cable, so so this guy here, since he moved across the across that sunken road, you're going to need to make a a check for him, I think, right? The sunken road causes a disorder check. Can you guys hear me? Can anyone hear me? Hello, hello.
That's a little better.
Is Michael there?
I'm here.
Okay. I had just said that this guy here moved across the sunken road.
Yeah, and he just
And we
threw a
just did it.
disorder
Oh,
check for
okay.
him.
Yeah, I lost all sound from you guys.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So, David, and I ain't telling you what to do, but just out of curiosity, I mean, are you thinking about charging with that guy this turn?
Yes.
Okay. Are you thinking about charging that guy?
No.
You're thinking about charging that guy.
Yes.
All right, job done.
And I'm thinking of bringing this light cavalry right here.
Wow. Okay. All right, all good. Just just checking in.
Okay. I mean, am I doing something?
No, not at all. I was just going to say, I mean, if you were going after him, you could have stayed there. That's all I was saying.
Right.
Because as long as you're not entering shaken the sunken road, then you don't have to worry about disorder. So,
Although
all
it did
good.
say if you're exiting that terrain, it would.
Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. In the rules, it says that if you're exiting terrain that costs that during the course of your turn. So if you moved in there and you didn't do anything else, right? And then you waited
Yeah.
another turn and then you did something, then you're okay.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was looking at that because I got the primer and I was trying to figure out how some of that stuff worked. So that was one of the things that I noticed that was interesting.
So you think that moving into terrain that would cause a disorder check if you moved through it, and then charging from it would cause you to have to do a disorder check? Is that what you're saying?
I seem to recall it saying if you're exiting that terrain, it would cause a disorder check.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I just would try to figure out, were they talking in the context of the movement phase, or were they? Does it matter if it's? I mean, I could see the argument either way. If you were, it's a little gamey to enter in the movement phase and then charge out in the close combat phase and not have to do the disorder check you would have had to do if you'd just done the whole thing in the movement phase. Kind of makes sense. From a game perspective, does everybody remember where every unit was? Well, I mean, most of the time we do because there's not that many units in an activation. So usually you'd remember that. So, yeah, I mean, I'd be okay with that being the ruling.
Yeah, I'll have to see if I can find it because I thought it was slightly different than what we'd played, and it's very very likely that that I don't know if I have it entirely correct. So, what can you do?
Right. Yeah.
Well, my next move would be
dependent on that.
Well, it actually non-clear terrain formation change. No, I didn't do a formation change. Let's see, because this guy moved up.
Right, he turned and then he moved. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Now is that moving through it?
Oh, I'm sorry. So he was in this hex.
Yeah.
Yep.
Turned and then did that presumably or something like that. Yes, I would say that requires a disorder check because he did both.
Well, actually, if he went straight ahead and then turned.
Oh no, that would have been okay. That would
Well,
have
but
been
then you
totally
would have
okay.
had a pass-through issue, wouldn't you, with this guy, since you're both in
No, because he
different
was.
Never-
facing?
Well, I don't
never-
know. It depends what order did it happen.
Well, he moved the guy in the blue jackets first, and then he
Then
moved
you
this guy.
then you would have that problem. Yes.
Just,
All right,
just
well, I'm not.
And honestly, the pass through
I'm
is
not gonna-
worse because it affects both of you. So it probably just makes more sense to roll for these guys here.
I already did roll and I failed. So
Son of a bitch.
so they're
Having to keep up with all these rules, and then the rules even when they're working against you. How frustrating.
and this one is gonna go. Let's see. All right. I think that is my finished movement.
Okay. It looks magnificent. I mean, it looks like a Jackson Pollock to me. Okay, none of you took art history. That's fine. Whatever. Okay, moving
Yeah.
on.
I get it. I was just trying.
Well, I
to
didn't take it,
find
but
the
I had
rule,
a
but
girlfriend that did.
everyone knows who Jackson Pollock is, of course.
I would hope so.
So, all right. So, what's next on the schedule, Mr. David?
The close combat segment is next, David.
Yes. So
Is there any close combat you desire?
yes, there will be some
God
close
sakes.
combat.
What will we do?
Go ahead and mark them, and then we'll roll like crazy.
Charge.
Oh, geez, here we go.
Charge.
He's hitting these guys that are like 8 miles back.
And this is going to be a charge. And should I insult these Grenzers in that with the Grenadiers?
Excuse me?
Should I-
Oh, should you assault them?
yeah.
Do you remember what happened last time?
No, he doesn't, because I did it. Remember?
Oh,
He
that's
was
right.
gone.
You did it.
I was the one who charged the walled church, and
yeah,
it was a
yeah. And you were
debacle.
left with one increment.
It did work, but it was
Yeah.
really expensive. Yeah. That said, yes, that's exactly what I'd say you do. I mean, because standing there trading shots with them isn't going to be very useful. Bonsai. Fuck, I don't know. Maybe that's not even. Maybe that's not such a smart idea. I don't know. I mean, you got 8. He's got 3. Come on, go for it. What's the worst that could happen? All he has to do is take a morale check, and he's gonna vaporize.
He could. Yep. And is there an assault marker for the infantry ones here? Or is
There's there is a close
there?
combat. There should be a close combat thing, like this little thing here, right? With the little
okay. Yeah.
muskets.
There you go. That's the one.
Yeah.
Bring him in. Bring him in. That's it.
Oh, he's got a whole bunch.
That's
He's just
it.
going
Hey,
crazy. Just
nope,
going crazy.
That one won't work.
The one that's shaken can't do it.
Shaken guy can't go.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only way you can attack when you're shaken is if you get hit by defensive fire and fail a morale check as a result. Then you still have to go in with the -5. But if you are shaken to start, you can't even attempt to do close combat.
Right.
All right. So there we are. Now. Do you have to do cavalry first, or can it be done?
Nope.
in
You can
order?
do any order you want.
You have to roll all of them before you do any of them.
Right. Okay. So we'll start with rolling right here. We'll see if he's going in somewhere. No, he's not. So he becomes shaken.
He becomes
is that right?
shaken. Yeah.
Bingo.
Just like his
rolls-
friend next to him, I guess.
Yeah, my rolls were doing so well. Okay. All right. So now this next stack right here. Let's see.
They're all half dead to boot.
Yeah.
Well, only the top one matters.
Oh, okay. Well, I think a 42 is going to be good. Those guys are all brilliant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even half dead, they're good.
Because a half dead is what? A -10
Plus
or
10.
minus? Okay. Oh, I keep wanting to do it a minus.
I know. It's yeah, all
All
good.
right.
Okay, so probably the
And
thing to do would be for us to put the little marker between them. Oh no, you identify it after all the stuff is rolled, right?
I'm sorry. What's the question?
Oh, I was going to move the marker to straddle it, but of course the thing won't let
Yeah,
me
you don't.
straddle it. But
Well, I mean, in this case, because
yeah,
there's nothing else he could possibly have
yeah,
to attack. But strictly speaking, yeah, you don't even know
right.
where the close assaults are until you know who's going in,
right,
Yep.
and all the charge movements happen.
right.
Okay. All right. So the next one, the one next to him, let's see, Grenadiers over there. And the next Grenadier. Ah,
With
there.
great
Okay.
enthusiasm, my lord.
All right. So I hope they continue that with the rest of that one there. Let's see. He's going in.
Um, um, without. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Carry on.
And this one,
Hmm?
he's going in. And last but not least, that one. And he just makes it.
Okay. All right. So now, at this point, you would do any charge movement in any order you like. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. So sure, sure. Yeah, sure. Okay, right. So now
Um,
that you've done all charge movement and we've done all the counter charge movement or defender reaction that was possible, now we go to individual combat designations and you do them in whatever order you like.
and
What?
it's pretty obvious, you know, uh, this,
Right.
Okay.
this, this against that,
Yeah, yeah,
and all
sure.
the cavalry against that. So,
Yeah, yeah, okay, all right. So in any order you care.
well, let's get rid of this cavalry one first.
All right.
So I have to make a check to see if I stand, correct?
You do, and it's going to be plus 25 because you've got people in your flanks
Right.
and you're shaken and
And
disordered.
disordered.
So
Here we go.
plus 25 altogether.
I'm going to bug out. So I'm
27 or better? No?
Oh, trust me. These
Oh,
people are I don't think they're very good. Oh, 26. I'll be darned.
oh, ye of little faith. Of course,
Yeah.
this is just their death warrant, obviously,
Yeah.
but
I was
whatever.
hoping that they would rout.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they will. Just give them
Oh
a
yeah,
minute.
yeah. Well, they may surrender. David has a tendency of rolling,
Oh, yeah,
getting people to
yeah.
surrender. So
Okay.
6 and 6. So I have well, 18 increments.
Okay, and he's got six, right?
So it's
I
3 to
need
1. But I'm halved, right?
halved.
Because I'm
No,
disordered.
it's 6 to 1.
6 to 1. Yep.
Okay. And I don't have any idea what the attackers look like, so without flipping them all over, I don't know what their combat ratings are. Okay.
They look like they're
So
all
that's
plus 4s.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for that left one. Right? Because he advanced 1 hex.
He advanced.
This guy just
yes,
went 1 hex. Yeah.
yes.
So 6, 7, 8,
7.
9, 10. Yeah, because he's in the flank. So 8, 9, 10. Right. So he's 10. Then what about this one here?
He went 2 hexes.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10 also. Okay. All right.
This
And
one
then
went 3 hexes.
3 hexes. So he's 8. So 10, 10, and 8 is 28. That's going to round back to 10.
Do you divide it
No,
by
it isn't.
3?
No, it isn't. Sorry. Well, yeah. I mean, it's 28. So I'm sorry. It is 9.
So yeah.
Excuse me. It is 9.
I'm like,
The defender is 4 minus 5, so he's minus 1.
Right.
So the net is 6 to 1 plus 10.
This is when I'm hoping for a special result, right?
Oh, you're looking for a 0 for sure. At least you'll get your pound of flesh.
6 plus 10. All right, where's the dice? Here we are. Boom.
Oh, no, that's about as good as it gets. They're toast.
Oh, my word.
Yeah.
That is surrender.
Yep. All right. Alas, poor Yorick. We knew him well, Horatio.
Hmm.
He goes off to join the rest of his fine fellows.
In Valhalla.
I don't think he's good enough to make it to Valhalla.
26. He's okay.
Okay.
He
We
just
just
he just
we just
he
expect them to
just
perform better to make it to
he just got a
Valhalla.
little over exuberant in
He did.
pursuit.
He did. Yeah, we blew that pursuit roll. So,
That was the big problem.
well, and that's
So
the nature of the universe.
to be clear, um, whoever enters is free to adopt any facing they want because of the surrender, and because you're not in an enemy zone of control. So just, I mean, that may be the way you want to face, and I don't argue with it, but just wanted you to know. All right, there you go.
And I actually can do more than that, can I? I can, let's see. Yeah, that might be worth it to put both of these in there.
Sure. What the hell? Woo!
That will, all right. Okay. All right, let's go see how the Grenadiers do.
Why not?
All right. Well, this guy here I think he can retreat
No,
before
no,
combat, right?
well,
Oh,
this one
oh, that
first.
one there.
But yeah, you can.
So that
You,
is the little walled fort. And it looks like I've got so do I shoot at you or I have to stand and then shoot at you?
Well, you always have to do the defender morale check first. But to be clear,
Mm-hmm.
uh, if you become shaken, it doesn't change your defensive fire.
Oh, okay.
It would only change something if you are already shaken and it caused you to rout. Then, of course, there'd be no defensive fire.
Right.
But just the procedure is that the defender morale check happens first.
Okay. Well, I think I get a positive
You
10 for
do.
being in the walled farm. So
Is it
let's
10?
go ahead.
Okay.
Yep,
All
yep,
right.
yep.
All
Let's
right.
see
Very
how
good.
we do. Oh, we
Oh,
are
whoa.
very happy
didn't
to be
need the
there.
plus 10.
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't need the minus 10, I guess. Whatever. Didn't need the 10. All right. And so now you would do defensive fire.
Okay.
And that would be, well, obviously it'd be 15. So it'd be 1.5 to 1. At either of those two targets. The one on the right would be full size. The one on the left, you'd get a minus.
Right. So we'll take a shot at him.
Clearly.
And then
Clearly.
is it a plus 20 because they're
It's
coming in
plus,
for an assault?
That's exactly right. Defensive fire is at plus 20 against infantry.
Okay. All right. Let's see what we get. So that's going to be a 94 at
You and the
1.5
effing
to 1.
Grenzers.
Opportunity fire. So that looks like
Two
two hits, a D, and an M plus 10.
Yeah, it sure is. Chingo. Boy. Okay. Good times. Disorder.
Disorder check. Ooh,
Oi. Oi.
that's
Yep,
just
they're
Oi!
disordered.
Oh my gosh. What is it about this? All right. And then the morale check, which will be
With,
at a plus 5 because of the disorder.
Well, and it's a plus 10 because the result, but a 94 is more than enough.
Okay. All right. So that's not the problem. 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. Yeah, that's not great. But okay. Well, it is what it is. What are you going to do?
All right.
right.
So now how does it work?
Well, so obviously now we count up and we've got 3 rounded becomes 2 strength points attacking from that hex.
Mm-hmm.
and 3 from
And
the
then
other.
3 from the
5.
other, so 6. So it is 2 to 1. And then we look at everybody's combat values.
So this guy he's lost 2, correct?
He's halved.
Right. And
So
so
he
3
is-
halved is going to be 2, correct?
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
and then the other chap
Oh,
has got
oh, I'm
3,
sorry.
so
It's
that adds up
2
to
and 3.
5.
Excuse me. You're quite
Yeah, yeah,
right. It
yeah.
is 2 and 3, so it's 5. So it's 1.5 to 1. Are the raw odds, and then we've got, let's see, the left hex is, well, 7.
Right.
It's pretty easy to figure. And the right hex is 7. So that's 7. All right. And then what about your guy?
My guy should be a 0, but in that little thing, I've got a
Oh, no, no. Yeah,
plus
I
of
get
some
that.
sort, I
Is
think.
he a 0?
He's a
Oh, he
0,
is a
trust
0.
me.
All right. And
They're
then, yeah,
not
you
meant
get
to
a
be
benefit.
fighting. They
No,
don't have
no.
bayonets on.
Totally understand. Yeah, he gets a benefit in the town. Where is the chart that I am looking for? Terrain effects chart. I see it right here. Walled church. Right. So the defender gets a +8.
Okay.
If the attackers are in line, gets a +4. If the attackers are in attack column. So the attackers are 7. The defenders are 8. And so it is 1.5 to 1 -1.
There we go.
You mean I probably shouldn't have done this, huh?
Yeah,
We
probably.
we told. I tried to
I mean,
tell you.
that's what happened the last time. Is it
Yeah,
was
yeah. It was just a huge bloodbath. 99. So -1
One and a half.
at 1.5 to 1 is going to
1.5 to 1.
be an M.
M.
Which means the attackers need to roll first. So the left one is looking for a 21 or better, and the right one's looking for a 26 or better. So they're good. The defender is, I think he gets a 10 for
I still
being in
get
the
the 10 for
town.
being in the church.
So you're looking
So I'm
for
good.
better
I'm
than
happy.
30. All right. So then we'll go back for another round of combat, and nothing's actually changed now that I
Yep.
look at it. So it's exactly the same. It's still 1.5 to 1 -1.
-1.
He still gets his terrain.
The train hasn't changed.
Yes, yes, he does. The things that don't matter are cavalry related things and enfilade related things after the first, but terrain still matters.
All right.
That's a good one. So that's going to be a 6.
6 at 1.5 to 1.
So that is 1D and 2R, if I'm looking at that correctly.
Believe that.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and knock up some hits on those guys. And
The truth is that this was the likely outcome regardless, right? Because
Right.
obviously your effectiveness ratings were so much better than his that if you did enough morale checks, eventually he was going to bug out. But it was going to be expensive, as indeed it was.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. So they've got to go back 4, and they got to kind of go back 4 in a straight line. And so that's going to be like, correct?
Yeah,
1,
as straight as you
2,
can make it.
3, 4. So we'll go over the
Yeah.
top of that guy.
I'm not sure if skirmisher units, though, are going to have any effect as they go running away.
Okay. Well, then I like that.
I don't think they do, because they can pass through. Or am I playing La Bataille all of a sudden? I mean, I don't know. It's an interesting question. I don't think they do, though. I think you're all right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about it. They're just skirmishers. It's not even a formed unit. And besides that, there's only 100 of them left.
Yeah. There's not enough to really make too much of an impact. So.
Yeah.
But they did take out 3 increments at the loss of 2 increments. So.
No, absolutely. It was
Yeah.
not a bad exchange, really,
Now,
from your perspective.
Is there a further? This is a double disorder. Is that anything?
No.
Or, okay.
No. So you're right. You are disordered because we went to more than one round of combat.
No, but
Well,
this other guy was disordered. No, it wasn't because they went to one round of combat. That's what it called for on the table.
But
Yeah.
no. To be clear, I had finished that.
Oh,
First
okay.
of all, you even if that hadn't been the result on the combat results table,
Right.
you would have been disordered regardless because you went to more
Went
than
to
one
the
round of
gotcha.
combat. But in this case, your question is, I was already disordered before. What
Is,
happens if I
is
have a disordered result now? Do I go to shaken and disordered, for example?
yeah.
Um, Good question. Double checking. Double
It's kind of like
checking.
what was it? Double something probation in
Double secret probation.
probation.
I am so glad you remembered that one. That's a good one.
Talking
Good.
about things from old movies.
Big time.
Actually, the ones I quote a lot that people never know are from Firesign Theater.
Oh boy, you are showing your age.
So I'm looking here on the disorder check summary chart, and it says general disorder effects. A second disorder result that makes no.
Yeah,
So if stacked, no. What is it here? A second disorder result makes the unit shaken and disordered.
right. 14.3a, which describes a disorder result, says this is not a disorder check, but an automatic disorder. If the unit is already disordered, it becomes shaken and disordered. So yes,
So,
that is what happens to those guys.
all right, so they are shaken and disordered. Yep. Okay.
And the guys that advanced in are in general order now, so they need to adopt a hex side facing.
Great. So let's which
And
one
I
do
would
we want?
recommend southwest.
All right, and then we've got one more combat here.
Oh yeah. Well, with this one, we're
Oh,
not going to stick around.
okay. So you
We are going
withdraw
to retreat.
one
Yes.
or two hexes, your discretion,
Might
and
as well
then
just go
you
back
do.
one.
All right, and then you do a. What is it? Is it a
We
morale
do a
check? I
morale
don't
check.
remember.
Yeah. 15. We are
Oh,
going to
yeah,
be
yeah.
whatever it
That's
is.
not so good, really.
Shaken.
Yeah, you're certainly shaken, to be sure,
Yeah.
and so that's good because it just means that you're even more likely to run away the next time that somebody approaches you. Why am I having trouble finding it? Oh, right. Yeah. It is a morale check delta instead of a morale check bravo. That's the difference. And if you fail it, apparently my charts are out of order. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Yep,
I
you
mean,
just
yeah.
become shaken.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I think the only difference is some of the modifiers are slightly different, but
Yeah.
all good. Okay. Well, there we go. I don't
think.
know. I all I know is it looks like zeros and wildcats right now over on that side of the field.
Which is pretty much par for the course.
I think it is, yeah. And lots of guys that are still standing around just waiting to see, is it my turn to go in, coach?
Right.
Okay, brilliant. All right, so is that it?
I think so.
All right,
Well,
well, flip your
flip all your little
leaders,
people
and
over. It only
Eric is
took
going to
us
roll.
an hour.
It only took an hour.
All
The
right.
first activation's always the hardest, though, because you're like, what am I supposed to? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. What am I supposed to do?
Oh, I rolled a 3-0. What's a 3-0?
Oh, 3 for the Austrians. What is that?
Command confusion. You get to pick one of my commands to be finished. Initiative required.
I
We've
do
only
like
gotten
this.
that one 4 million times so far today.
Well, so far today?
Not today, but
Yeah,
over the course of the day of this battle.
the day, right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's funny because I usually tend to just. My usual policy is I don't like looking at the other guy's commanders because that seems a little gamey. And I usually don't like to pick on cavalry commanders because they're usually better. But there's definitely some value to trying to command confusion. Well, no, wait a minute though. This is the one where you roll twice.
Yep,
Basically, we are activating the other unit. The only
correct.
question is, can they really do anything with the activation? So I don't know. I mean, I guess we could still go back to who is this? Puebla here in the middle, who's still in
Oh,
column, still
yeah.
marching.
Poor little Puebla.
Um, that would be a good one. I mean, I guess we could, slow down the Grenzers over here with Beck even further to the west if we wanted to, but I'm not that worried about them.
You should be.
Should I? Oh,
They are
okay.
going to be turning the tide here.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my bad. I mean, obviously the other one is just to do M over here. However unpronounceable that one is.
Moraz.
Moraz.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
just
got to
thinking
be Hungarian.
it's kind
Or
of a. Well,
maybe.
I don't know. I was thinking Czech with that CZ there,
could
but
be.
I don't know. Anyway, what do you think, David? Thoughts?
Um,
The only reason to do the cavalry commander is just because it might actually screw him up and might actually cause him to lose a turn, in which case there's a free turn for you, right?
right. Yep.
And it also means, by the way, yeah, if he misses both of them, then actually he doesn't even get a disorder recovery for his units.
Yeah.
I don't know. On the other hand, he's good enough that it would take a pretty bad die roll for him to miss twice. At least I think he is. What do you think?
That's yeah. Let's go for it.
Yeah, let's do it. All right. Moraz or Moras or whatever it is.
Here we go. First roll. Second roll. Well,
pretty bad rolls.
He passed the first one.
Okay, so that is he gets a half movement.
So he can do his disorder checks.
Yep. So let's go ahead and roll for that guy first. Nope, he's still disordered. Let's roll for this guy over here. 56. And are there any other modifier? Oh, and he's with Nadajdi too, so he should be.
I was going to say just +5, so even half dead doesn't bother him. I got to believe he's fine.
Yeah. All right.
Well, hold on. What just happened there?
He's just shaken now, right?
They were shaking and disordered a minute ago, weren't they?
Right. I'm making a roll for them to be.
No, I got it. I didn't see the.
Am I doing the right thing? I thought I was. They were just going to be shaken now.
You're totally fine. I just didn't see the shaken marker. They looked totally fine, and I'm like, yeah, wait a minute.
Okay. All right. We got this chap over here. Then let's roll for him.
Dead doesn't matter. Ooh, well, 28. He needs to be a 23 or better to.
He's a 33. Not today. Not today.
Improvement today.
He's one of my better guys, so you know. All right, we got this guy over here. 95. Oh, he's feeling very down here.
No. That's the different command. It's one of Hoddick's.
Oh, okay. You're right. Sorry. They all look the same there with their nice, pretty uniforms.
Now, you're not supposed to say that. That's not nice to say they all look the same. You shouldn't do that.
They all look similar.
All those hussars, they all look the same to me.
All right. So, what have we got here? We've got.
I think that's it for M.
Okay.
All right. So half movement. So 4. I think. Well, he does have some heavies.
Right.
So that'd be 3 for them.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, he almost got away with it, David. He just rolled a little bit worse.
And going backwards.
Costs +1 per hex. Okay. And it can only be done if you're not disordered.
Okay, well, that takes care of that poor sod.
Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Precisely the time. Well, and he was going to. Well, no, he can't, actually. That's a good point. Well, he'd upcharge you even though he couldn't. How about that?
Right. Now, question.
What?
If I were to charge and end up here, and I would be facing these two, am I attacking both of them, or just the one that
Both,
has in my front facing, or that's
both.
facing me in front?
No, no, no. Both of them need to get attacked.
Okay.
Ooh, no, no, no. See, I always struggle with this. You're gonna make me look again. I wish my daughter were here and I could ask her to turn that light on, but oh well. I guess she's probably not tuned into YouTube watching this, so that's disappointing. Then she'd, being a dutiful daughter, would come down and say, "Oh, can I turn this on for you, Dad?" Why, yes, you can. I mean, I just flew her up to Chicago. The least she can do. All units that are still designated to make close combat attack must attack all enemy units in their zones of control that are
Okay.
not being attacked by some other friendly unit. So yes, assuming you couldn't get anybody to also be attacking one of those two, then you're on the hook for both of them.
Right. So unless I were to like turn and then charge up this way, in which case then I'd have to attack those two guys, right?
Well,
Yep.
yes.
Yeah, because they'd be in the front. Okay. That's what I
Yeah,
wanted
yeah,
to try to get a sense of.
yeah. You're right, and it is subtle because, especially in pursuit, it's complicated because, like, whether you can pursue is a function of whose zone of control you're in,
Right.
but the rest of the time is anyone in your zone of control. It's a fair point of confusion.
Okay. Interesting. And then this guy could have a chance to turn and face. Is that correct? Or not?
He certainly could, because he's not in an enemy zone of control. He's not disordered. When you get if you start charging, he can turn. He
Okay.
won't be able to countercharge, but he can certainly turn.
Okay. That's what I wanted to try to get a sense of. So
Now, is their charge move halved also, or is it?
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't think so.
nah,
I
just the
don't know that
movement.
I don't think anything does that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't believe that special result text says the darndest thing about.
SCM.
Yeah, exactly. What am I looking for? Initiative special results. There we are.
All right. Well, let's see. What is this guy worth? Not a whole hill of beans, actually.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. This is actually quite important. And I don't know, maybe we've been lax about this in the past, but allow me to read from the book of Kolin. This is on 62C, page 9. So the affected player rolls 2 leader initiative rolls. If he fails both rolls, the command is marked as finished, may not be activated, period. If he passes 1 roll, the command is activated with half of its movement points, retain fractions, but quarter the MPs for for units that are disordered or out of command, and no rapid march is allowed. Nor may it initiate any close combats,
Oh, interesting.
attach units, or activate independence. If it passes both rolls, activated without penalty. So I guess that was a subtlety I had not noticed until just now. So actually, yeah, you're free to move, but you're not free to attack.
Oh, did we have that same rule in at Prague?
Couldn't tell you for sure. Possible.
Yeah, I
Not
don't
sure.
think so, but interesting.
And
Well,
we
then,
let's put it this way: we definitely didn't enforce it.
yes. Well, and I don't know that we knew about it necessarily either, but
No, no,
Yeah,
certainly not. If
yeah.
we had, we would have said something about it. But
All right.
yeah, so that's interesting. Battles from the Age of Reason. I'm going to go look on the website to see what we get. Um, there it is. Okay, I'm going to go look at the Prague rules just to see if it uses the same text or not. It might. Prague. Oh, darn it. No, because it actually has modern rules with it. So I can't, I'd have to go down the hall and find the rules because they're not on the website. Oh well. All right. So movement then, four movements or three movement points, no attacks.
Okay.
So we unexpectedly actually made ourselves incredibly effective with this
Yeah,
special
that was
effect.
good. So this guy's going to move here. There's one. Do you want to opportunity charge him?
What moved where?
A guy moved from there to there.
He moved from there to there. Do I want to opportunity charge them? No, I don't think so.
Okay. I'm going to
Actually,
move.
I don't think he can because he's in an enemy's under
Enemy's under
control. So
control.
he can't op charge.
Oh, okay. That makes things even easier. Oh, so he can't op charge. Nice.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, he's kind of locked in a way.
Okay. That's what I was, because I wanted to bring these shaking guys up, and I'm like, well, I guess I got to block this guy first,
Yeah, yeah.
so that I can get those guys up and into line. So I'm going to bring them up. So 1, 2, 3, 4 gets them here. Like that, right? So 1, 2, 3. So it costs 1 to turn. Yep. All right, and we'll put Nadajdi there, so hopefully he can help them recover their morale.
Where'd they start?
They
started
started
here,
here.
right?
They started here, and they turned 1 to face this way, and then they
Okay.
went 2, 3, and 4. Gets them right there.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I thought they started one further back. That's what I was
Yeah,
asking.
no.
Okay.
Okay, so they're there. And then everybody else is in it's a big swirling mess over here, as you said. B-17s, what did you say?
B-52.
B-52s, even more exciting. All right. And yeah, I think that's probably as good as I can do. This poor guy. So this guy could move back. Or no, he can't do backwards movement because he's disordered.
He can't do backwards movement because he's disordered.
Right.
And even if he did, he would be op charged all to hell.
Right. Okay. So I guess we'll leave him there and hope that we can do better another day. Yeah.
Yeah, because he tried to recover and didn't, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Sucks to be him.
Yep, indeed. These guys that are back here. Okay, so that's part of Haddock's group. And this is, okay, so these guys are, let's see, where can we put those poor bastards? So it's going to cost him 2 to go here. And then we will turn them. We'll just leave them there. They're not exactly going to be contributing a whole lot to things here in a few minutes, I'm sure. Okay, I think that's it. So we'll go ahead and flip him, and we will flip Nadajdi since we moved him. Let's see if I can find Nadajdi. Flip. All right, that's it for me. Now I get to roll again for the initiative, since that was my weird roll.
It was. So
oh
it
my
was.
God.
Now we're talking.
Yep,
No
so,
army command anymore.
Yep, that's the second time that has come up. Couldn't we get a 0-1 for a change? Oh, well. All right, here, let's roll
Oh
again. Let's see if
no,
we can get a
no,
0-1.
no.
Well, we got a 31, but that's one for you guys now.
No, that's a tie, isn't it? Oh, no, it
No,
isn't.
you've
You're
got a
right.
plus
Absolutely.
5 now
Quite,
or something, right?
quite so.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Well, so it probably would be wrong of me to insist that David do something since he's already done stuff.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. Fine. 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 All right. I think what I'd like to do is I'd like to do Krakow, who is right here.
All right.
Of course, he's right by the king, so don't need to worry about tracing command there. And then we'll just need to, do a thing. I had this all dialed in earlier. I wonder what it was that I was doing. One. Right. Okay. All right. So then we will do them. They are in position. I don't think anybody is needing disorder recovery. And so we'll go ahead and move out, as they say, to the start line. So let's see. We will do one, other one. That's 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. All right, and then we will do 1. And just want to make sure I got everybody lined up here. Right. Okay, so there's 2 more. All right, well then let's just go ahead and do this. We'll go ahead and have these 3 guys all roll for close combat. We'll start on the right for no particular reason whatsoever. We're going to start with a 93 and a 33 and an 86. And I got to tell you, I am not worried about that 33. No, I'm not. And so then we will go ahead and start into charge movement. And we'll go 1, 2, 3. And anybody who'd care to countercharge is welcome to.
Oh, let's see. Well, I guess we'll try to countercharge with this guy here, right?
Sure,
That
if you'd
would
like.
make sense. Sure. So let's go ahead and roll 62. So we will move forward and spur the little horses.
Why not? Why not, indeed. Anybody else?
No, I'll wait for the rest of you guys to come up,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
well, by all means, well, you do you, sister. All right,
So we'll see if these guys can come in. I mean,
all right.
this guy would have to attack somewhere here, right? Either here or here, right?
Well,
If
yeah,
I
I mean,
understand it.
sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So I'll
absolutely.
I'll
Yeah.
I'll charge those guys or attempt to. 50. They're coming forward.
Mhm. 2, 3.
All right, and we'll see if we can't do the same there. 93. We're definitely in.
All right, very good, very good. Okay, so that's it for the close combat. So then we'll go ahead and do what we can do here. We will start here,
Okay.
and everyone's rolled their morale check, so there's nothing left to be done. These two, just so we're clear, these two are 1-to-1. This one's 1-to-1.5.
Right.
And so if we do this one, whoop, thank you.
I'd
There
already
we
flipped
go.
him.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's totally fine. All right. So I came in 3 hexes.
3 hexes, correct.
So that looks like I'd be a 10,
Correct.
right?
Yep. And I
5,
came in
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You came in
1,
1.
and
So
then
that
another
makes you
2.
a 7.
7, yep.
All right. So it's plus 3. So it's 1-to-1 plus 3, if I'm reading that right.
I think you probably are.
It could be. I mean, it's hard to be sure, but let's give it a go and let's see what happens.
Oh, that's a good result.
That is a
So
good
that's
result.
going to be a 9 at 1-to-1, which
9,
is
that's a
1d2r, right?
It is 1d2r, yes.
Okay.
All right.
So let's go ahead and
mark that with an increment lost. Oh, undo. Undo. There.
What's
Let's
going
try
on?
that again.
Did you click on my guy by mistake?
I think I clicked on everybody.
Oh, you
Wait
did.
a minute.
Everybody's got a 1-hit marker. And the leader's a casualty. What have you done, Michael?
Oh my God. All right. Okay. What? How is it that didn't disappear?
You
All
still
right.
you highlighted everybody when you flipped everybody
No.
over, and then you didn't undo it.
I know
Yeah.
what happened, but when I undid it, I don't understand why it didn't undo. That was my
Yeah.
problem. Okay. All right. So he's got a 1 under him now, and he's going to get marked with a disorder now. Somewhere there's disorder. All right.
And let's increase that, and then we got to mark them as routed. Okay, so they're going to go back 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess back here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, that's a straight line. Sure,
Yeah.
why not? All right, and then I need to advance into the space, and I need to roll for pursuit, and it'll be, ah dear, a special
0.
result.
Your
Special
turn.
result on the pursuit table, where the feces hit the rotary impeller.
It says
So I
no
will roll-
pursuit. Make a.
No.
Oh,
No. So because it was a 0, I now roll on the
okay.
pursuit table, and
Oh,
I get an 8, which is hesitation, which is re-roll and have pursuit points rounded down. Now that's interesting because I'm already rounding them halved. So let me double check in the instructions here. That's under pursuit special results on page 11. And it says hesitation re-roll quarter if the unit is disordered. All right, so I will roll again, but this time I'll quarter it. Pretty good bet there's not going to be a lot left. That sounds like
that's
1. I remember algebra class.
Yep.
I believe that was a 1. Okay. Um, I don't know. I don't know that I have any burning requirement to do that. So I'm going to attempt to do a recall right here at +5.
And
Okay.
they should
So
be more than happy. Those are
I
some really
recall.
nice cavalry.
Oh,
A
yes, they
morale of
are.
15. I'm looking at my guys. I'm like, at first
Yeah.
I thought they were 51s. I'm like, oh, that's not so. And then I'm like, no, they're
No, no.
15s.
No, that's why I was willing to just make just one-to-one straight face-to-face
Yeah,
charges because I
yeah.
thought, you know what, these guys are better. They should be able to get through this okay. So we'll see how that goes. All right, let's do this one next. This one's 1 to 1.5, so it's a little different in that regard. I'm still 10, same
Right.
result, right? 5 plus 2 plus 3, so there's 10. And you are 4 plus 2 plus, it's the
6,
same
3. I'm
thing,
7.
right?
Yeah.
It's 1 to 1.5 plus 3 instead
Yep.
of 1 to 1 plus 3. All right, well, let's see if that's going to be good enough. We chuck some dice. Uh-oh, that's
Ooh.
not the right,
Do you
that's the
do you
wrong way.
do you get anything for being in his on his flank?
I don't, and the reason is because I'm not facing
Okay.
either of their
Yeah.
flanks. The only thing that it would affect by me being there is his morale check, but he's already done his morale check or he wouldn't
Right.
have advanced.
So
Yep.
this is what, a -6, -3?
-3 on 1 to 1.5.
So it's
Yeah,
a 1R for you. So you lose 1 en route, and I
right,
lose 1 and I disorder.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, where are we?
Don't select them all again, please.
Trying not to, but can't can't really count on. Oh, that's not what I meant. All right, let's see. Instead, I should put a route marker on them, maybe. All right. Wow. Okay. Well, good times. All right. 2, 4, 6, and I'm gonna have to roll uh, for that guy right there. Hope Penavere's good enough to solve the problem. He is. All right. What a relief.
With a morale of 15, you'd have to be.
Well, no. I was rolling
Yeah.
for that guy there. I
Oh,
mean, I
okay.
don't know. He may not be a 15, but all
Right.
right. So let's see. What do we got here? So this one is also 1 to 1.
Right.
And it is. I'm a 10 again. No,
Not,
I'm an
but you
8.
aren't
Excuse
because
me.
you're going up the
I'm
hill. Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
I'm an 8,
Yep.
and you're a 7. So it's
Correct.
1 to 1 plus 1 this time. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. 1 to 1 plus 1. Let's see what we get. Oh,
Oof.
Chingal.
So that's going to be a
Boy.
-6 at
Minus
1 to 1.
6. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
2 route and 1 disorder.
-6. 2 route, 1 disorder. Okay. Well, so much for that.
On the bright side, you've got more guys that can come up and charge me, and I'm disordered. So,
Well, yes.
yeah.
not. I'm not really sure I'm impressed with that line of thinking, but thank you. That's very nice of you.
Well,
2,
no, but I
4.
mean, why wouldn't you?
Oh,
Because
well,
if you get the activation, wouldn't it
of
make
course.
sense for you to like move one of the other
No,
guys up? Okay,
absolutely.
okay.
Of course. No question. That is part of why sometimes a wing activation is not what you want. Sometimes you want to do sequential
Yep.
activations. I did that at Fontenoy once where it was like, you know, I'll hit you with my cavalry. Oh, I routed away. Whatever. Because
Right.
at least you're disordered. Then I can hit you again with my next cavalry. And eventually I make you run away. I mean, it's expensive, but what are you going to do?
Right.
So, okay. Well, I think that's it. And we
Now,
will.
now I do have one question.
What's that?
Was I supposed to roll for pursuit for the guys since I
Oh, no,
won,
I'm
or
very
no?
sorry. Yes, you absolutely were because the defenders were cavalry. My
Okay.
bad. By all means, please do. So let's go ahead
I
and do
mean,
the one on
I
the
really
left
didn't
first.
plan on pursuing, but
Sure. No, but
if
you're exactly
yeah,
right.
but
You
I think
should
I'm
have.
supposed
Yeah.
to, right? So,
Yeah.
and I roll one die, correct?
Roll one
Yeah.
die for the guy on the left first. So that would be 4.
Right.
And yeah, you could pursue if you want to and grind up my high cavalry, my high class cavalry, and then maybe put yourself shaken and disordered right in the.
Right in front of everybody else, right here,
Yeah,
right? Because I'd have to
yeah,
go forward 4. Yeah.
yeah,
So
you would. Yeah.
I'm going to pass on that.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right, but you're right, you do
And
actually
then I
need to
do have to
roll.
roll for
you
for
gotta you,
not pursuing, correct?
you gotta do a recall.
Yeah. So I
Okay,
pass.
all
Okay.
right,
And then
very
the
good.
other chap, let's roll for him. And he'd only have 1 if he did
Be a
anything at
1,
all.
not
Yeah.
very appealing anyway.
Nope. So let's see if he passes. And he
Yep.
does.
All right,
Okay.
very good. No, very good call. Thank you for that. It's easy to forget that the defender in a cavalry battle, it's really an exactly symmetric relationship.
Yeah. And that's what I wanted to double check because I know that
No,
it's,
good call. All right.
still getting my sea legs on.
Well, that one only took 35 minutes, so we're
Yeah.
really
And
speeding up.
that was just my die rolls. So now it's time for David to actually throw one
That's
die.
right. What? One die,
Oh, well, throw his dice
2
there.
dice,
Yes.
right?
Okay.
A 5
There
0.
Oh
we
my
go. That was
gosh.
it.
Oh my gosh. What's 5 for a special
Another
result?
special one for the Austrians. Can we get something good? Free combat segment.
Oh
Hey.
no. No soup for you.
I like that one.
Fire,
What can I
fire
do?
combat or close combat on you.
Well, for close combat, what? I could charge all the people that couldn't charge last time.
You could, I believe.
Yeah. That would be what we call ironic.
Oh, that is funny. You're
Yeah.
exactly right. You could do that. There's nothing to say you couldn't. The fact that you're finished doesn't mean you can't do it.
Yeah. Interesting. I'll probably fire. I've got these guns up on the hill with Fehrenstein.
Gesundheit.
Exactly. And I just wonder if I got a shot at anybody. Can I shoot over my Grenzers since I'm on the higher elevation?
I
How does
think
that
I
work?
think I think only howitzers can fire over friendly units. I don't think it has anything to do with line of sight. I mean, I think it has to do with howitzers being indirect fire can fire at half strength over friendly units.
Okay. Well, I do
I mean,
have
think
a
about it,
line of sight on this guy over here,
especially
right?
as
Where both of
dodgy.
these guys can hit him, it looks like, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Okay,
6,
sure,
7,
yeah.
8. Because I don't think I can. I mean, the village is here. I can't shoot through the village. And if I can't shoot over the Grenzers, then I can't hit any of the stuff here. So this guy here is the only one that's a.
I don't have a problem with you shooting over the village because you're at a higher elevation.
Oh, I
I mean,
can shoot over the village.
I don't have a problem with that. I problem with shooting over your own troops, but this is
Okay, that's what I wanted to find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, well these guys could then fire on this guy.
Daughter child.
Yeah.
Could you turn on that light?
So
the daughter came in. This is so exciting. She's going to turn on the light. She didn't even watch on YouTube and hear me ask. She actually just came down the hall. Excellent. Well done, you.
All right, so these two guys, it's a range of 7 to that hex there, and you
All
would
right.
have 4 increments there from my calculations. Um, but at a range of 7, I'm times 8. So I'm going to be 4 times 8, I'm going to be 32
Holy
to
hell.
10. So that's going to be 3 to 1. And it doesn't look like there's any modifiers on the dice up or down. So
No,
it's just a.
there would be. There'd be plus 10 for size.
Uh, but I thought you were in 2 lines. It looks like you're in 2 hexes here, right?
Oh, my bad.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
quite right.
yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
So it's just a straight up 3 to 1. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
09, special
Mm-mm.
something or other.
Uh-oh.
Artillery, ammo, no. That's, oh yeah,
Yeah.
artillery
Yeah,
fire
it
special
is.
result. Fire has no effect. And artillery
Artillery
limbers.
limbers.
Interesting.
Okay. Even more fun. And by the way,
The artillery limbers?
no, that's what it says. Yeah,
Oh.
and that happened at Prague too. By the way, the exact same language was there.
Yeah.
Um, I will say one thing though. I don't know what the rules say here about what's his doodle,
Who, Fernstein?
Fernstein. Um, but
I thought that he could
he is a
combine artillery,
special.
and he's a special artillery guy. Yeah.
You are absolutely quite right about that. The trick is he is a special leader,
Mm-hmm.
meaning that he can he can be activated when a command activates. I'm just I'm working through here what this means, because so in other words, when we look at the special result of free close combat,
Right.
where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Pick one command and any independent units that are stacked with or a leader of the command for either a fire combat or a close combat segment. Feuerstein can be chosen for the special result, but can only affect artillery within his command range. Okay, that's what I wanted to be sure of, because he's not a command leader,
Right.
but the special event specifically calls out that he's allowed to, in that regard, look like a command leader. So, okay, good enough. Job done.
Okay, so within his command range, so that means those guys could fire too, it looks like, right? Because if he's here, they're within.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's howitzers, and I got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could fire on that hex there. So what's my fire value with my howitzers? They're times 3, so I'm going to have 6 to 10. So that's going to be 1 to 2, and you are a bigger unit there. You're not.
No, not anymore.
Yep. So you have a plus 10.
No.
All right.
He's half dead.
Oh, you're right. I didn't see that. Okay. So, well, we'll take a shot at him anyway.
Straight up,
1 to 2. 42. That's a miss.
Nah. Alrighty.
Okay. And so we will just
times.
know that Fernstein, let me see if I can find a little
right.
finished marker. We don't have a tile marker.
But he's not actually finished. That's the important thing to remember. This is
No, I know.
like
I'm just putting it right here next to him.
Exactly.
So that we
know
remember
that he's already done his free combat segment.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll again.
David.
Oh, yes. I was just reading about Fernstein there, but
that's one for you, and it moves the clock.
Advance the clock, which has not yet advanced till now. All right, now, very good.
Now it does say under Fernstein, he's activated per series rule 6.6a. He must be in command to use a special artillery ability, which can only be used when he is activated, bless you,
Sorry.
and therefore only once per game turn.
Wait a minute. Okay. Um, if there are mixed stacks, the French team can be chosen. The special result may not only affect units, so they can make an appeal. Yeah, but this isn't an activation, right? This is under 6.2D free combat
I'm
segment.
just, yeah, I, I,
Yeah,
I understand, but
yeah,
I thought that was kind of interesting wording there.
yeah. I've got a guy in Luthen who can once per turn can act like the army leader, but for a specific set of units, he can act like the army leader, but only once. So like you kind of put him there so he can act like a wing leader if you get a wing, and and if you don't get a wing, then he doesn't do anything because there's no need for it because you can't use him more than once anyway. Okay, I think now it's just on to us to figure out what we're doing,
Yep. It's
which
your
could happen.
guys'
I
activation.
mean, it could absolutely happen that we have a plan and we're gonna make something happen. I mean, there's really almost no doubting it. Okay,
Yeah, go for it.
all right. Just doing the math. Wondering where the hell the rest of the units are from that command. What in the world? Ah, they're stacked. That's why. All right, then let's go ahead and do this. I guess I'll do Meineke, the muffler guy.
All right.
I mean, who else would you want doing your cavalry charges other than
Right.
Meineke? All right. And so what did we decide? That'll be 4, 5?
Yep. It's 4 to go into the sunken
Right.
rejects.
All right. So that's right. Okay. All right. And then we'll go ahead and disorder check for him. All right. Looking pretty good. And we'll do the same thing for those guys right there.
Oof.
Boy, not
Hopefully
really
your
sure.
leader is good enough, but oh, they're 27s.
Not good enough. -8 is nice, but not nice enough. And so they are disordered. Comme ça. Slightly disappointing. And now I'm kind of compelled to look. I'm pretty sure disordered units. Interesting. So a disordered unit cannot cavalry charge non-adjacent enemy units. They
Yeah.
could charge an adjacent enemy unit. I just think that distinction's interesting. All right. Well, that's how that goes. All right. Well, very good. Then we'll just have to get a little bit more creative, I guess. I mean, I don't know what else to do. All right, we'll go ahead and attempt close combat for this guy here, since he's the only one who can. So we'll go ahead and roll for him, and assuming they're about as good as the other ones. Oh no, they're better than the other ones. Interesting. You never know. You never know how this works. Uh, wow, that was fascinating.
They leaped back
Apparently,
behind the line.
yeah,
They're mounted
they
on kangaroos, Michael.
that's it. One, two, three, and there's nothing you can do
Yep.
about it. So that's it. All right, and so a morale check for you guys, +5 minus whatever Sir Maloney's good
Okay,
for.
here we go. Oh, that's probably not very
Oh,
good
oh
because I don't
no,
know that Sir
that's
Baloney does a whole lot. He's 8.
8.
And I think these guys were, let's flip them over and see.
And of
Yeah.
course, to be clear, that it was also +10 to that because there's somebody in his flank.
Oh, yeah.
So it
Okay.
was
Yeah.
40,
So,
45, 37. Yeah, oh, yeah,
yeah.
boy. Yeah,
So
all
he
right. So
is
shaken.
going to be shaken,
Shaken.
and not stirred.
And yeah, bad stuff about to happen to him. Okay. All right.
Well,
Very good.
it's the nature
All
of the
right.
universe.
All right. So that is so you've got 6 increments halved, so you got 3.
Yep.
Okay, all right. And so it's 3 to 1. And let's see, I've got +5. I advanced 3. So again, I'm 10.
Yep.
And you are 4. What does Sir Baloney do?
Nothing.
Nothing to
I
0,
don't.
really?
I don't think he does anything. He's
Wow.
not. Yep.
See, wow. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, he did really well at Luthen. I was just wondering.
So
At
I'm
least
going to
in my
have.
game.
I'm going to have 6, right?
Yeah, 6 minus
And then
1, minus 5.
So I'll
So
just
it'll be 1.
+1. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be 3 to 1 plus 9.
Okay, your kind of odds. Those are David's kind
Yeah.
of odds, actually.
3 to
All right,
1
roll a 91.
plus 9.
Nice.
02. Oh my
Jingo.
gosh.
There we go. All right. Where's that one?
Oh,
0,
that's
2.
painful. So you lose 2, I lose 3, and I have to check for my leader.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I lose 2, do I?
Yep.
All right.
All right, and then the leader. It's just the table that's here.
That's right. So
Okay.
basically, you want to roll high.
Yeah,
You
that's high
did.
enough.
Yep. High
He
enough.
dodged
All
that
right.
saber stroke.
That's right. Okay. And then we do it in the order highest to lowest stack in
I'm
terms
lowest.
of
Trust me.
your highest actually.
Oh yeah,
It's
whatever.
all right.
Yeah. You know
so
what I
you're
meant.
at 55, 47 maybe I think is your
Yeah.
number now.
Here we go. 96.
Boy.
Send us
I don't
in,
like
coach. Send us
I
in,
don't
coach.
I don't like that kind of pressure. This is disturbing me. All right. Well, we'll give it a shot. We'll see what we get. All right, that's going to be good enough. All right, so we go back for another round of combat, and now we're basically disregarding both the +2 for cavalry, heavy cavalry, and the charge value. So really, it's just mostly the printed values. So I'm still 5.
Right, and I'm 4, but -5 makes me a -1.
Well, it's actually a little bit worse than that because
Why is
now
that?
you're half dead.
Oh, I'm half dead.
And because you're half dead, your 4 just became a 2.
Okay. So then I'm a
Minus
-3.
5. So it's now -3. Exactly.
Okay.
So I think it's +8 now. But the odds may have changed because it's 8 to
8
3
to
now?
3. Yeah.
No, excuse me. It's 8 to 2 because you're half.
Oh, because I'm halved. Yeah. So it's
So
4 to
it's
1.
4 to 1 plus 8.
Yep.
4 to 1 plus 8.
Now roll another 0. See what's left.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's see where that goes. Yeah. All right. I
Okay,
can
so
live
that's
with
going to
that.
be
So
a 7.
it's a 7 on 4 to 1.
So that's a 3R for me, and I've only got 3 increments left, so they're toast.
That's the end of that unit. Yeah, exactly. Okay. All right.
So what happens to my leader? Does he just retreat to the next nearest?
Actually, no. So if a unit is eliminated from fire combat, he just retreats to a nearby unit. Actually,
Right.
he may not even do that. But if the unit he's stacked with is eliminated in close combat, he too is eliminated.
Okay, cool. So he's not going to be saving your bacon at Lutzen, then it looks like.
Oh no, that's terrible. What'll we do?
All right. So he's
I have
been
not gotten to play that, of course, because I've been gone for a solid week. So
right.
I'm desperately wanting to see how that finishes. All right, so there they are, right there. Good times.
And I guess
And
there's no roll for recall because there's
there's
nothing to
no
recall.
no role for pursuit.
Yeah.
There's no kind of not much anything really. Yeah, there's no pursuit. Nothing happens.
Cool.
So that's that, and I'll flip the leader over back there. There he is. Okay, good times.
All right, gentlemen, we've been at this for 2 hours. I don't know if you want to keep pressing on
Okay,
or if we want
okay.
to pull the plug here and pick it up. Pick it up
Yeah,
next week.
there won't be any difficulty in having more turn to play.
Yeah. Well, and this is one of the things that I kind of like with this system is that because it's sort of impulse based like this, you
Yeah,
could, okay, hey, we're done here, and
you just
that,
stop anytime.
yeah. Because with some of the other ones, you're like, okay, we got to get through at least the morale checks, or we got to get
E-
through whatever kind of stuff before we,
Exactly.
get at least one half of the nationality done, whether it's the French or the Allies or whoever.
You know,
So,
you're quite right, and in fact, I find it to be a real joy to play solitaire for that reason because you get up and walk away, no big deal.
right.
You come back and you can tell exactly where things are as long as you've remembered to mark independent units and stuff like that. And it doesn't even matter. Like I said, I've been gone a solid week, but I don't have any question I'll be able to go right back in there and pick up exactly where I left off. So, yeah, I think I would, especially since I've got another flight in the morning. It would be lovely to get a chance to catch some Z's,
As they say.
as they say. So, well, David, I think you kind of had a little bit of an improvement there. I think your situation's a little better than it was,
Yep.
and that's good because things were looking a little sketchy for you there. But I think you started to kind of consolidate over there a bit, and I think I think he's
And this was
certainly
the
got some
340
fight left
turn,
in him.
right? 340
It was a
turn? Yeah.
340
Okay.
turn, right? This is the middle of the 340 turn.
Okay.
Um, but I think, you finally got, his Grenzer's kind of out of the way. And now suddenly it's like, oh, wait a minute, I have to defend that part of my line now because the Grenzers aren't kind of holding on to that nice terrain. So that's good because it kind of unhinges his cavalry position a little bit. And that's
Yep.
good. So we'll see how that goes. And then I'm hoping that the initiative rolls will be generous and I'll be able to continue moving the cavalry forward and engaging the enemy there. We'll just see where things go from there. I, I'm not going to rule out that this is another one of historical result Frederick loses kind of things. I'm not feeling completely confident, but what the heck? That's why we play.
There you go.
All right.
All right.
Well,
Well,
very
very good.
good.
I have saved things, gentlemen. So,
Marvelous.
yep.
All right. Well, I hope y'all have a good week. I will